Ever wondered how different it is to paint a solid object versus something you could see through? It's Spotlight Saturday, and today I'm shining the light on painting opaque objects versus painting transparent objects. Welcome to Conversations with Canvas, where I review art books, art supplies, and share painting demos, providing you your daily dose of art. Today I'm using the Paryavaran sketchbook from Scholar, titanium white, and my leftover paints, which I mix them and keep them in a jar. This is a neutral mix, and I'll be using a flat brush. I've divided the page into two sections, and I'll be painting both the opaque object as well as the transparent object on the same page. This will just make it easier to compare both. With my flat brush, I am loosely sketching out two circles. Now these are going to be the objects which will be given different form and structure with paints. For both the objects, I'm going to be showing the light source coming from the same direction, that is the left side. This will make it easier to compare how differently they are supposed to be painted. I'm painting the opaque object first. Now it is important to remember that an opaque object doesn't let light pass through it, so the focus for me over here is to create volume using light and shadow. The darkest area is going to be the shadow area as well as the area opposite to the light source. I prefer to start with the dark values as it sets the foundation and makes it easier to build up the remaining values. For the mid values, I lighten the neutral mix with titanium white, keeping in mind that the areas facing the light source are going to be the lightest. It's important to know that an opaque object not only blocks the light completely, but it also causes the light to scatter around the edges. This makes the background behind the object appear brighter. Also, painting it lighter is going to create a striking contrast between the object as well as the background. To create more contrast, I am painting a darker value around the lighter parts of the object. These contrasting values between the background and the object add more drama to the painting. To create the illusion of depth and volume in the object, you can either blend the lights and darks into each other to create a smooth gradient, or like me, you could just add transition values in between. Now, as I previously said, light scatters from the object to the background, but this lit background also reflects the light back onto the object. Painting this reflected light on the object grounds the object into its surroundings and also adds a touch of realism. In the end, it's time to add the highlights. Now, these are the areas where the light source directly hits the object and it's going to be of the lightest value. And that's how I add volume and depth in painting opaque objects. It's now time to move on to painting transparent objects. Transparent objects like glass allow the light to pass through them. Painting a see-through object is all about capturing their translucence. Now, just like the opaque object, I will be starting the painting with the darkest areas first. Here, the darkest area will be near the light source as the light will pass through it and move on to the opposite side. To paint the midtones, I am lightening the neutral mix with white. Also, to mimic the transparency, it's best to soften and blend the darks into the lights. Now, transparent objects cast very interesting shadows. The shadow is darkest along the edge where the object is thickest and is light in the center as the light from the object passes through the object and hits on the background. I am painting the background with mid values to create a nice contrast between the object and its surroundings. Also, as light passes through the transparent object, it distorts and magnifies the background. Creating these distortions is going to add a realistic appeal to your painting. Painting the highlight on transparent objects are quite important because they create the illusion of transparency. Now they create a strong contrast, and to enhance this highlight effect, it is a good idea to have the remaining values of the object soft and blended. The highlights, the dark values near the light source, the interesting shadows, the reflected lights on the object, and the distorted background are all keys to painting transparent objects. By mastering the art of painting opaque objects with bold contrast and strong highlights, and painting transparent objects with their interesting shadows and their refracted light, you can add a touch of realism to your art. And there you have it, an in-depth look at painting opaque objects and transparent objects. Thanks for joining me in this painting adventure. If you found this video helpful, or if you have any suggestions for future demos and reviews, do drop a comment below. I'd love to read your thoughts. This is Conversations with Canvas, signing off with my weekly brushstroke of creativity. Until next time, take care, keep creating and exploring new artistic possibilities. Bye.